Hey, this pickleball warm-up would be great to do right after stepping on the court, even before you start doing your ball warm-up practice. So it's going to be upper and lower body. It'll take 4 to 5 minutes. Ideally, if you have the pickleball paddle handy, that would be perfect. So for the first thing here is just going to be jumping in place. Up and down, I want you to start, it's trying to be as light as you can on your feet. And what this will mimic is some of the fast footwork that's required for certain aspects of the game. As you land, try to land as quietly as possible. Try not to drop into the knees too much. I want it to feel good. I want it to feel light, and I want it to feel loose. Keep going here. Let's speed it up just a little bit. This is getting our heart rate up slightly, increasing our metabolic demand, starting to burn a little bit of calories. And this will be important because then our muscles will be more warmed up. Let's go 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, good. We don't need the paddle for the next one, so you can set it down if you'd like. Go wide through your feet. You're going to sit over into one hip while leaning forward. View this as just as much of a hamstring stretch as it is sort of a side squat. Going side to side. Each time sitting into the hip, going into the opposite inner thigh stretch. Keep leaning forward as you do it too, so staying long through your spine, but dropping your body towards the ground. I like to rock kind of in and out of that movement to prime those muscles a bit. One more each side here. That movement it's a combination of an active strength movement, but also opening up the opposite inner leg. And that's going to be really important for some of the big sort of lunge aspects of pickleball. Next, grab your racket, go into your more dominant hand. We're going to do this on both sides. You can do it in standing or kneeling like me. And you're just going to be bringing the paddle all the way up overhead, getting a light stretch, and then almost whipping it back down. And this is going to warm up the rotator cuff. It's going to kind of engage your fascial system to sort of get things sort of moving in a big open chain pattern. All right, switch sides there. On the second arm, it might feel a little different than the first arm just because of hand dominance patterns. You can think about this as helping with some of those slam type of movements and any sort of quick reaction to get the paddle up. 3 more. You shouldn't feel any strain through your shoulder. It should feel like a good warm-up. Good. Next thing here, again, you can do this in standing or a kneeling position. Grab both hands of the racket, paddle, reach long, and then stretch all the way over to the side while staying as long as you can. So I want to see an equal line of movement across the whole body. If you're in a lunge stance right now, a lot of movements sort of mimic this lunge and reach of different patterns. So being agile in those ways and priming the muscles there is going to be very important. Switch sides. Again, grab onto both sides of the paddle, reach long overhead, and try to find that sort of uniform half moon shape of the body where it's going long from here all the way down. With this one, I like to sort of move forward and backward. Use the paddle to almost reach a little bit longer. It should feel just as much as a sort of core oblique exercise as it is a stretch of the other side. Okay, back out of that one. We got one more movement here. With this motion, a lot of pickleball movements are kind of lunge patterns where you have to turn and twist. So it's setting your hip position and being able to move from there. So what you're going to do is it's a curtsy lunge type of movement, and then you can use your arms to help out too. So drop over to one side, sit into that hip, opposite leg just goes back behind for balance, and then the other way. You can sort of play around with how far you reach over there. It's just going to change how much glute activation and stretch has to occur. And 2 more each side. With me, I almost like to use my arms kind of sort of like a speed skating movement. And that warms up sort of the twist or the body turn aspect of hitting the ball. Last one. All right, good. You can tell for me, I got my heart rate up a little bit, and as should you. So that's a great quick warm up for upper and lower body for pickleball.